So one day, Jesus is walking along, and he's with his disciples, and they're talking, and this woman comes up to Jesus and to the disciples, and she's calling to them and wants some help. Well, the disciples, they hear her, and they want her to go away. She's a Canaanite woman, and the Jews don't like the Canaanites. They have no love for them at all. So the disciples want to get rid of her just because of that. They don't really care what her problem is, what her need is. They just want to get rid of her. So she keeps calling after them as they walk along, and they say to Jesus, Jesus, would you get rid of this lady? She won't leave us alone. So Jesus says to her, well, I've come here for the people of Israel. And I'm here to share the word with them first. And it is not right to take the bread that's meant for the children and give it to the dogs. Right, Hachi? Says to Jesus, even all from, nice catch, puppy, get the crumbs from the master's table. And Jesus says to her, he says, you're right. You have great faith, even though you're, quote unquote, not one of us. You're not an Israelite, you're not a Jew. You even believe that the crumbs from what I have, even the littlest bit that I can give, is enough for you. Just the littlest bit. Kind of like when Jesus talks about faith the size of a mustard seed. Even if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, it's enough to move mountains, to move trees, to tell them to uproot themselves. It doesn't take a lot. And Jesus says to the woman, he says, you have such great faith. It is so amazing. And the disciples probably can't believe what they're hearing because, of course, a Canaanite woman, that's terrible, that's awful. We don't like the Canaanites. They're bad people. We don't want them around us at all. But this Canaanite woman shows more faith than even the disciples show. And Jesus says to her, well, you have shown such amazing faith and such great trust. I'm not going to give you the crumbs from the table. Hachi, come here. Hachi, come here. I'm not going to give you the crumbs. Here, puppy. I don't think she ran around quite like that. Hachi. I'm not just going to give you the crumbs. I'm going to give you the whole thing. And he heals her daughter and makes her well. Jesus just doesn't give anybody just the crumbs, but he's given himself to all of us. God doesn't look at anyone and say, you're not worthy. You're not worth it. But Jesus came and gave his life for all of us. No matter if we're Canaanite, or if we're Jew, or if we're a Michigander. Jesus came for every single one of us that we might have life and life eternal, and feeds us from his table, not the crumbs, but gives us everything. Right, Hachi? Amen.